Bars half empty, ice all melted in my glass. Your name rolls off that jukebox, and my heart comes in last. We met behind the station, rust on every beam. You laughed about my boots, said they'd walk you through your dreams. Years went by like freight trains, rattling through my bones. You kissed me by that river, said I'd never be alone. I bleed every time you say my name, like a cut that never closes. Same old story, same old pain. Where the smoke gets in and settles, you call me out, soft and plain, and it burns me just the same. Yeah, I bleed every time you say my name. Packed one broken suitcase, left your coffee on the stove. Said you'd call me when you landed somewhere warm or somewhere close. Now your voice comes through this phone line, cold as January rain. You drag out every letter like you're stepping on my vein. Say it once in anger, say it once in wine. Say it in a whisper like you want me one more time. Every little syllable cuts through skin and shame, baby. You don't have to touch me to make the red run down my name. You were talking about your long day. I was loading up my little cage. said, baby, can you hear me? I stared whole straight through the floor. You walked quiet down the hallway. I still thought I won that score. Didn't know I was losing you. Chased that little victory like it was all I had to prove. Raised my voice like a weapon, watched your heart slip out of view. I had to win that argument. Didn't know I was losing you. Next morning, coffee on the counter, your cup sitting there, cold and clean. Little note saying that you love me, but you're tired of living in a courtroom scene. This empty house keeps talking. Every creak sounds just like truth. I got trophies in my memory, but the only prize I wanted, baby, but I broke us underneath. Every word I threw like lightning left this thunder in my chest I can't relieve. Now I'm drinking with my shadow, guitar crying where you sat. If I could lose one more argument, I'd win my good woman back. slid in the ice, done melted in my glass. Neon's buzzing softly while this lonely hour drags past. You walking smiling, wearing that Sunday dress. He's half a step behind you, and my chest just tightens up. But I die before I say his name. Yeah, I hate the man you love for the way he let you carry all that pain. I watch him hold your hand like he earned what I still dream of. Lord, I hate a man you love more than I ever hated anyone. He orders his whiskey like he's king of this worn-out town. Talks loud, laughs louder, while your eyes drift to the ground. I see that tired shadow hiding right behind your grin. You used to shine like summer, now you're weathered like my skin. I ain't some saint, got my sins piled high, but I'd learn every last hard lesson just jukebox hums a closing song. He stumbles for his car keys. You just help him shuffle on. You glance back through the doorway, like you heard my heart confess. But all you see is a tired fool in a shirt that smells like regret.
Streets half asleep, neon sharp signs dim down low. Boot heels tap the concrete, keeping time with what I don't show. Hands in my coat, keys swing like a quiet bell. Breath turns to pale gray ghosts, drifting off where I won't dwell. I walk home without a sound, let the tired world spin around. Head full of days I won't say out loud, so I walk home. I walk home without a sound. Window glow flickers, curtains hide 100 lives. Smell of rain in the gutter, old regrets that never quite dry. Phone stays asleep, face down in my back pocket. Every message I don't send burns a hole right through my wallet. I walk home without a sound, let the tired world spin around. Head full of days I won't say out loud, so I walk home. I walk home without a sound. One more corner, one more dark-eyed stare. Coat on the hook, but the weight's still there. I walk home without a sound. Let the tired world spin around. Head full of words I won't let fall out, so I walk home. Yeah, I walk home. I walk home without a sound.
Smoke curls up from this corner stool. Ice melts slow in my midnight glass. You walk in, lay your hand on his shoulder, and my whole past walks right past. I see your fingers trace his collar, same way they used to trace my scars. You lean in, say something soft and secret, and I feel every mile of where you are. I'm watching you love him from the dark end of this bar. Every laugh, every touch cuts a little more of my heart. I ain't saying you owe me, I ain't asking you to come. I'm just watching you love him like you forgot I was the one. Jukebox hums a tight old shuffle, neon paint on your Sunday dress. He pulls you close, you close your eyes like you finally found your rest. You sway slow, your heel slips off your ankle, same way you used to dance in my heart. You tilt your head, he kisses your shoulder, and I swallow that burn in it all. I'm watching you love him from the dark end of this bar. Every laugh, every touch cuts a little more of my heart. I ain't saying you owe me, I ain't asking you to come. I'm just watching you love him like you forgot I was the one. Don't see me staring through this haze. You don't feel this ring mark on my hand. You don't hear my name between the phrases. what I get for leaving. Maybe this is how the story ends. You got your peace, he's got your future. I just got these blues and a table for one again. I used to lean on answers like they were carved in steel. Spoke like I'd seen the mountain, like I knew what folks should feel. Now I'm sitting with this silence and this cold bar stool and beer. Being wrong ain't hard to feel, it's hard to admit. Burns like a shot going down when you finally sip it. Pride says keep the story, truth says this don't fit. Being wrong ain't hard to feel, it's hard to admit. I'd raise my voice in anger, call it standing on what's right. Turn my back like I was righteous, sleep clean every night. But this ache kept getting louder, like a door not closed quiet. glass, sweating in my hand. Jukebox humming something mean. You walked in smooth, all dressed in white, looking like a promise, looking so clean. You said, baby, I've been praying. I turned the page, laid my sins down. You wore that little silver cross, shining like a halo in this half-dead town. I bought your smile, dollar for dollar, put my last good trust in your eyes. You kissed me soft in that back booth, said this time it's different, and I believe that lie. You cheated me clean, not a lipstick stain in sight, every alibi in sharp and straight, like a Sunday shirt at night. You cheated me clean, washed your hands in my belief, left me holding empty air and memories, like fingerprints you polished off the thief. Found your phone face down on the counter, buzzing like a rattlesnake in June. Saw his name tucked under Cousin Ray, and my heart stepped out that room. You walked in calm from the kitchen, smell like sugar, talk real low. You said, baby, you can trust me, while your shadow kissed his number on the floor. Ain't perfume in my sheets, it's the way you bowed your head to swear, with the truth curled underneath. You didn't stumble, you didn't stutter, every answer smooth, so sweet. You scrub your tracks right off my soul, left my faith out in the street. lipstick on the rim, door still swinging where you walked out with him. You said you needed someone who really understood your pain. So you called up my brother in arms. We used to drink and curse the rain. He tuned my old six string, laughed about how the story ends. Then you took my heart in your suitcase, and you left with my best friend. You left with my best friend, left me talking to this chair. Two half-empty glasses, and his boots still by the stair. I keep hearing y'all laughing down this hallway in my head. You live with my best friend, might as well leave me for dead. We played cards round this table. He'd lose just to see you smile. I thought it was harmless, just my people for a while. But I caught that Sunday shadow, hands brushed, you both pretend. Now my coffee's getting cold, since you left with my best friend. He knew my darkest secrets, he knew where I kept the key. Yeah, he knew every crack in this soul, every way to walk on me. Now the night sounds like a jukebox, skipping on the same setting. My woman took the front door, my brother took the back bend. Ash in my coffee, his jacket on my chair. Two ghosts in this old hallway, but I'm the only one still there. You left with my best friend, and I ain't got nothing left to lend.
walk in that doorway, whole room turns its head. Laughter hangs on your shoulder like a dress in red. Bartender pours you glances, strangers leaning close. You light up every corner like they all need you most. You shine for everybody but me. You glow like a marquee on a midnight street. They all get your sparkle, I just get the smoke I breathe. Yeah, you shine for everybody but me. Dancing their questions, giving pieces of your day. You remember their stories, mine just fade away. I hold this chip glass tighter, watch your halo in the haze. I used to be that sinner, now I'm just someone who stays. Once I was your last call, now I'm just a shadow on the wall. You used to lean on my shoulder, now you lean on the bar. Stand tall. I'll pay my quiet tab now, slip out to the street, leave your light to the hungry, and this hurt at my feet. If someday you feel empty, when the crowd finally leaves, you'll find my love still burning down where nobody sees. Past midnight, ice gone thin in my glass. You walking slow, lipstick crooked, like you ran here from the past. You say you just need somewhere to set your heavy heart down. But every time I let you in. You lay me out on the ground. Your love is bad for my health, like smoke stuck deep in my chest. Like one more drink on an empty soul, and I already had too much stress. You taste like every bad decision I keep up there on that shelf. I know I ought to quit you, woman. Your love is bad for my health. You got a habit of leaving right about to break the day. Coffee's still warm on the table, your earrings left in the ashtray. I'll stand there in yesterday's shirt, breath short, hands start to shake. Swear I'm done, then the phone lights up, and I crawl back to the way. Doctor said, son, you're tired, your heart's worn thin as your boot. I said, Doc, it ain't the year, man, it's that woman and what she do. 'Cause when she laughs, I lose my breath. When she cries, I lose my mind. I'm counting scars like counting pills, but I keep swallowing that lie. Saw you downtown, new dress, new laugh. You turned your head like we never had a past. That little curl at the corner cut through this old man's guard. You held it out for a stranger, used to be mine. Now it's his reward. Your new smile cuts deep right through the parts I keep, tearing old scars wide where I thought the pain ran dry. Your new smile cuts deep, baby, it don't let me sleep. You look so free on that street, but your new smile, your new smile cuts deep. You
We talked about weather. He touched your hand. I read every line on your face like a map I used to understand. You tossed your hair back laughing. Sounded lighter than you did with me. Guess my storms and my late night bars never gave you room to breathe. I remember kitchen mornings, bare feet on a cold wood floor, coffee gone bitter between us, your grin turning into a war. Now that same mouth is shining on some man who never saw you cry. I'm happy and hurt in the same breath, watching my old sun shine in a stranger's sky. Your new smile cuts deep right through the parts I keep, tearing old scars wide where I thought the pain ran dry. Your new smile cuts deep, baby, don't let me sleep. You look so free on that street, but your new smile, your new smile cuts deep. Ash in the tray, glass by the bed, your name in my mouth, like something I shouldn't have said. You were leaning on my doorway, black dress, busted heel, laughing at my bad jokes, like you knew just how I feel. We danced in the kitchen, bare feet on that cold floor. You swore you hated liars, then you kissed me at the door. I loved you in vain, like rain on a burnt field, falling for nothing. I loved you in vain. Heart on the table, you walked in, you walked away. All this smoke in my lungs can't hide that ache in my chest. I loved you in vain, and you wore my hurt like a dress. You'd call after midnight, say, baby, you're still awake. I'd kill every quiet moment just to give you what you take. You left your ring on my nightstand, said it's just a little break. But that circle on the wood grain was the shape of my mistake. You never said you'd leave. You just smiled through the silence. Let me do the make-believe. Now this room feels bigger with your shadow off the wall. Only thing that's standing is this old heart. Watch it crawl.
Met her in a corner booth, half a glass, crooked smile, said my name like she'd rehearsed it, like she'd been waiting a while. Her hand found mine so easy, as if we'd done this before. But her eyes flinched at the contact, like they were looking past my shoulder out the door. These are kisses that belong to someone else. Every touch a borrowed lie upon my mouth. Tastes like memories she never even tells. I'm just holding what she's already running from, stealing kisses that belong to someone else. We slow danced in that lean light, jukebox crackling in the haze. Her head rested on my shoulder, but her mind was miles away. She whispered, "Don't ask questions." Voice broke on every word, like a song that can't stop trembling. Every promise just a line I never heard. These are kisses that belong to someone else. Every touch of borrowed light upon my mouth tastes like memory she never even tells. I'm just holding what she's already running from. Found a picture in her jacket, folded corners, worn and soft. Same smile, same eyes, different body, same shade of gloves. I felt that floorboard shiver when she said he ain't coming back. But her lips kept chasing history, and I kept drowning in the aftertaste of that. Key on the counter, boots by the door, tie half untied, coat on the floor, TV glow flickers, mail in a stack, pour just a finger, lean right back. Last call talk, me and this glass, slow walking through the weight of the last 8 hours. Let it burn on the way down, till the buzz takes the edges off this worn out town. Boss had a bad day, so I caught the blame. Smile through the grind, played their little game. Traffic was gridlocked, horn and a curse, that old pressure ready to burst. Last call talk, me and this glass, slow walking through the weight of the last 8 hours. Let it burn on the way down, till the buzz takes the edges of this worn out town. I don't need saving, I don't need a sign, just a quiet little corner to unwind my mind. Sip after sip, let the noise fade thin. Every slow breath out is a slow breath in. Last call talk, me in this glass, slow walking through the weight of the last 8 hours. Let it burn on the way down, 'cause tonight I'll leave the worst of it in this empty house. Yeah, the best thing about last call is I don't have to talk.